In an older video, we found out what would happen if every NBA team had 15 of their best players. But in today's video, we're going to be finding out what would happen if every NBA team had 15 of their worst. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Smequle. We're back in NBA 2K19. And as you already know, we have 15 of the worst players on every single NBA team. So how I selected the worst player was I went into the NBA 2K19 rosters, went to overall, and just duplicated the worst overall player on each NBA team 15 times. So we're going to be going through all the teams, and I'll be showing you all the players who was actually the worst. So first up on the Philadelphia 76ers, we got Demetrius Jackson. On the Milwaukee Bucks, we got Jalen Morris, 68 overall, 66 overall. Chicago Bulls, we got Antonios. Cleveland at 67, we got Kobe Simmons on the Cavs, Jabari Bird on the Celtics, Jawan Evans on the Clippers, Javon Carter on the Grizzlies, Daniel Hamilton on the Hawks. Udonis Haslem is actually the Heat's worst player now, which is crazy. Devontae Graham on the Hornets, Naz Mitchell-Long on the Utah Jazz. A lot of these guys I don't even know who they are. Frank Mason we got on the Kings. I think he's actually one of the highest overalls. Luke Cornett on the Knicks, who we actually used in our worst players video. Travis Ware on the Lakers. Emile Jefferson on the Magic. Ray Spalding on the Mavericks. Trevion Graham on the Nets. Tyler Lydon on the Nuggets. Edmund Summer on the Pacers. Frank Jackson on the Pelicans. Reggie Hearn on the Pistons. Kyle Collinsworth on the Raptors. Zhao Qi on the Rockets, Derek White on the Spurs, David Reed on the Suns, Abdel Nader on the Thunder, CJ Williams on the Timberwolves, Wade Baldwin on the Trailblazers, Damian Lee on the Warriors, and Devin Robinson on the Wizards. So I believe our highest overall is a 71, and that's happened a few times. There's a few 70s, a few guys who actually went up a bit. Frank Mason's a 71. Udonis Haslem's only 70. Javon Carter is a 71 as well. But he did go up in one overall when you actually got the full team of them. So I turned off trades. None of the teams are going to trade their players. Nobody's going to pick up any free agents or anything like that either. So leave your comment down below. Who do you think is going to win here? I want to see what the games are like as well. Are teams still going to put up as many points, or is it going to be lower point games, lower records and everything like that? I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out. Going to be interesting to see which team has the best worst player. Let's find out though. Okay, so we simulated the whole season. We're going to go through the awards here first. Emile Jefferson with the MVP. Rookie of the Year as well. Luke Cornett gets Sixth Man of the Year. Devontae Graham gets Defensive Player, Most Improved. And Mike Malone is Coach of the Year with a 70-12 record for the Denver Nuggets. Who's actually on that team? We're going to find out real quick. But look at these points per game. They're not too high. All-NBA first team, Kyle Collinsworth, Emile Jefferson, and Ray Spalding on that one. Same with the second team. It's Kyle Collinsworth for the two guard positions. Emile Jefferson again. Abdel Nadir, or however you say his name, Ray Spalding at the center position again. And it's going to be kind of the same, except Antonius Cleveland is going to be on the third team for the guard. But everything else is the same as the second team right there. Going to the defensive teams. A lot of the same guys right here as well. But we're just going to move on into the playoffs. Those teams don't really matter too much. But we're going to check out these standings right here real quick first. So let's go into, actually, we're going to go into conference right here. Orlando Magic with the best record in the East. They have Emile Jefferson, a 69 overall. Atlanta Hawks with the second best. Then we got the Raptors. Then we got the Celtics, Devin Robinson, Udonis Haslem actually makes it up there. Trevion Graham makes it. And Luke Cornett is going to be our last spot, our lowest overall player. He's a 65. Somehow makes it on the team. And those are the teams that didn't make it. In the West, the Denver Nuggets with the best record in the league, 70 and 12, who they have Tyler Lydon, a 72 overall now. Derek White for the Spurs right there. The Warriors got Damian Lee. Ray Spalding for the Mavericks. Frank Mason for the Kings. He's actually the highest overall now at 73 overall. Travis Ware, 68 for the Lakers. And Naz Mitro-Long at 68 overall for the Utah Jazz. And then finally, Davon Reed for the Phoenix Suns is going to round up our playoff spots. And let's check out who got the most points per game. It probably won't be high at all. It is actually very, very low. Or no, this is for the 76ers, that's why. We actually need league leaders right here. So 13 points per game, not even much higher, is the highest points per game out of any player right here. Usually there's somebody that does a little better when we have the best players, but not in this simulation at all. Most rebounds is 8 by Ray Spalding. We have a few centers, just point guard centers. I think Ray Spalding might, okay, Zhao Qi as well. He didn't make playoffs, unfortunately, though. Assists, Kyle Collinsworth at the top there. Steals, Devontae Graham. Blocks, it is all the same player right here. Wow. Turnovers, Udonis Haslem at the top right here. Field goals made. I guess team stats would be kind of the more important one, because we get to see total. In total, it is going to be the Nuggets scoring the most points. Field goals made is going to be Magic. Let's see who shot the best from 3. 3-point percentage. It's going to be Javon Carter, the point guard. And let's go to assists. It is going to be Kyle Collinsworth as well. Rebounds is going to be Ray Spalding, one of the only centers. Steals is going to be Devontae Graham. Blocks is going to be Abdel Nader, who is at the top there. And let's just hop into the playoffs right here and find out who ends up moving on, who ends up winning this championship. It's kind of weird doing this simulation. I'm not sure who everybody is. It looks like the games are a lot scorer, which is something we didn't get to check out. I guess points per game we actually get to check out, and they are very low. I didn't really mention this earlier, but 109 points per game is pretty low for the highest team. The lowest team is at 81.4. So these guys definitely do not score as much as the top players in the NBA. We're going to simulate the first round here, see who ends up moving on every team. It's looking like all the top seeds are doing pretty well here. Golden State moving on 4-0. Let's just check everything out after though. Okay, so we simulated the first round. It's going to be Orlando. I don't know who's on all these teams. Let's go back over to, okay, Emile Jefferson on Orlando. He did have that really good record. Daniel Hamilton on the Hawks. Then we got Kyle Collinsworth on the Raptors. We got Tyler Lydon on the Nuggets. All the top seeds make it on here. The only upset was Washington beating Boston. And that is about it. Everything else, it was the top seeds winning. We had a few 4-0s. Orlando over New York, Golden State over Lakers, Denver over Phoenix. But let's just simulate another round here. See who moves on to the conference finals on each conference. The Spurs have been eliminated, so it's going to be the Golden State Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. And then in the East, it is going to be the Orlando Magic versus the Toronto Raptors. The Orlando Magic have Emile Jefferson, who was the MVP, versus Kyle Collinsworth. Over in the West, it's going to be Tyler Lydon versus who's on the Warriors? Why do I keep forgetting? Versus Damian Lee is going to be on the Warriors. Let's see who ends up making it to the NBA Finals here. Always simulate. Okay, we actually did that twice. So let's just simulate current round here. Orlando with the lead, 2-0 lead. Warriors with the lead, 3-0 lead for Orlando. And Orlando's going to make it on to the NBA Finals. Who are they going to face? They're going to face the Denver Nuggets. So the first seeds of each conference actually making it on right here. It is going to be Emile Jefferson versus Tyler Lydon in the NBA Finals. Let's see who ends up making it. Emile 1-0 now. Jefferson, okay, Lydon gets a game. It is 1-1, 2-1 now for Lydon. 3-1 now, and this could be Tyler Lydon can win it all this game. going back and forth right now, looking like he's getting a little bit of a lead. But no, Emile Jefferson getting the next game right here. Let's see if Tyler Lydon can end it in this game. Okay, so I accidentally simulated through the entire thing. We're not going to get any gameplay. But Tyler Lydon ends up winning the NBA championship for the Denver Nuggets. He's actually a 76 overall, the top player. 15.3 points per game, 2.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists. So a huge amount of improvement right there, starting off at like a 70 at the beginning of the game. Emile Jefferson only a 70 as well. Let's go over to the Nuggets here. I wonder if the whole team actually improved to 76 or just the one player, up to 76. Everybody else up to a 72 though. This guy is actually turning out to be very, very good. But there you go, guys. The Denver Nuggets have the best worst player in the NBA. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Never in the same space that we started at. Throw the ball, I run the play like a quarterback. I've been up all night trying to make a stack, trying to get a plaque and flip a dream into a solid fact. Hustled hard for it. One day they will notice. Chasing in the day.